That's a non-cruisy Paladin run. You would expect this would be easy, but I'm going to be impressed if we manage to win, to be honest. I've done a very good job of setting up a pretty interesting deck, and I really wanted to test out this new orb, so this is my excuse to be able to test it out. It just so happens that I've got 5 of them, and they're going to be dealing a lot of self-damage, and hopefully I'm not just going to implode. Looks like I successfully have not imploded so far. I'm definitely going to want it. Oh, that last second refresh was amazing. I'm definitely going to want some very specific things, including I'm probably going to try and not take like any fights. Ow. Alright, 6 health loss already, Jesus. This thing hits hard. We're definitely going to want the upgrades on it to make sure it can actually deal damage when refreshing. So that's pretty important. Also, increasing the self-damage is pretty cool. I really wanted to go only left, because that way it's many less fights. And unfortunately, fights are basically guaranteed for me to lose HCP. Anyway, yeah, that last one was really fun. It's always fun to use a Nosabadu, and whilst... Ow... my health... And... Sure, I probably could have not removed it from my deck, but here's the thing, it made my deck nice, no more refreshes. Good, because they hurt. I'm on 73 health. This is hurting a lot. I'm actually going to do double store, because there are some passives I really want to find. They are reduce self-damage by 50% and gain bulk whenever you take self-damage. Both of them would be handy. I think minus 50% is probably just better. This is... That's annoying. It's a lot of health I just lost there for no real reason. Yes, sure. This is gonna hurt. 70 health. 46? Ow. That hurts a lot. Okay, yeah, now this is going to be a very challenging run. I do not know if I have the tools to win. I really don't. Good news is this is the kill. Perfect. Alright, boom. Oh my god. That wasn't the end of the run? I may not be able to afford as many things in this store as I'd like. Realistically, I'm only going to need one pass. I did not realize that was going to spawn. I have to press the heal button here. Simply. Let's do a shot which is pretty guaranteed. Like, not that, apparently. Let's just try and hit minimal pegs, aim for bombs. Honestly, the constant refreshing for this map is kind of annoying. I would prefer to not have it, that's for sure. Oh. Thank you. Thank you so much. That makes a very big deal. Goodbye! And I'm going to yet again have to press the heal button. Well, let's see if we can hang on for this run, because it is going to be spicy. I'm still trying to... Why didn't I press the heal button? That was a big mistake on my part. Oopsies. None of these are exactly contributing to what I'm looking for. Like, sure, the short fuse and enhanced gunpowder stuff is really nice. But I'm gonna have to take the short fuse because enhanced gunpowder may just kill me. It's like the one time your enhanced gunpowder really just is not ideal. Oh, I'm just dead, aren't I? One more refresh on the board is a great way to keep myself alive. The problem is, late game I don't want to be keeping myself alive, I want to be popping as many pegs as possible each shot. But that is very risky to start off with. Well, let's try not to die here. There's a good chance we actually just pop immediately here. Ow. That hurts. A lot. Oh, are we dead? We might just be dead. Do we want to try this again? let's just run that again real quick. It's a very, very silly custom run, and I kind of like it. I really want to test out just how good this new double-edged sword is, but yeah, definitely only having double-edged swords in your deck is a pretty bad idea, which is why I wanted to run it in non-cruisy, because it's a very good challenge. Very good challenge. Oh. Well, yeah, that is the cheat codes for this run. Now, the thing I want to know is 50% plus 50% just 100%? Do I quite literally take 0 self-damage? Which should be pretty easy to find out. Just need to get one upgrade and then shoot the orb before it. That should be very, very easy to find out. But yeah, immediately you can tell the difference at just how much it's doing. Like how much less damage it's doing. Do I want to still go to the store to try? Yeah, there are a lot of good passives I can get at stores, to be honest. Okay, that is maybe more stores than I would like, but let's be honest, look at the map. I don't really have anywhere better to go. So sure, I'll just keep going to stores. They could potentially have what I want, except I do want to test out real quick Yeah, it's already 50%. I do want to test out real quick if this reduces the damage to 0. Because that would be nice. Because the damage that it deals to enemies is not based on the damage that you are taking. Like if you're decreasing the damage that... So... Make sure. Because it's when drawn. Don't get the kill. Not possible. Okay. Seems like I'll be finding out next time. It's actually really useful to know, to be honest, when I'm trying to use it in a real run. Because I do think that the orb could actually be really good in like late Lucy's. Anyway, yeah. There is definitely a world there where I should actually keep the Nosferatu in my deck. Oh, perfect. We should have it this time. To try and, like, it gives me healing in the fight, which basically guarantees I can't lose. And I don't really need to remove it. All it's doing is slightly decreasing the Summoning Circle RNG. I think I did just lose shield then. Alright, so it's not 50% plus 50% equals 100%, which is what I presumed. I did not think it would be generous. 80 gold, not as much as one would like, but enough to where I'm perfectly happy to go there and try and find A, healing, or B, not this, the reactive shielding one. Both would be quite good. I'll also just take a decent passive if it gets offered. But honestly, I may just be ignoring the latest store because, no, we did not get it. I think I'll just take one baton and move on. It's decent AoE and I'm kind of in, like, trying to do an AoE comp, I think? I don't know. What would you call this comp? Because we have really good damage, but also, like, mildly decent AoE. It's pretty good. Definitely not crazy. Oh. Maybe I didn't want to pick that up, I'm going to be honest. It does a lot. I'm not sure if we want it doing a lot. Damn. I did want to just double check if I actually took any shielding loss because I wasn't paying enough attention to actually see if I did lose shielding. It just seemed like I lost shielding. But yeah, no, Refreshive is, I guess, kind of unfortunate for what we're trying to achieve with this deck. The good news is we have a bunch of really high damaging orbs in our deck, and that is definitely worth a lot, right? It's just unfortunate they're no longer dealing tons and tons of damage to me. But yeah, no, if you want to make W Swab not killing you, Gardener's Gloves and Refreshive are both really, really good ways to do so. All I need now is a refill buster to top things up. Because, what, it's... times 5 at the max tier? That is so good. Jesus, that's a big number. Refill buster is 1, and it's pretty good. Like, it's a really good damage amount. The thing is, it's attached onto what could be a very, very negative effect, depending on how much health you have to play with. But yeah, no, that is definitely a strong positive effect, that's for sure. The equip, not bad indeed. 76. Not going to be able to buy too much, but hopefully I still can't find it. Oh, the cookie is quite solid because I'm going to be refreshing for sure every single shot, maybe more. Alright, let's get on that upgrade train because we have so many upgrades to be doing. Oh. That's why I was weirded out. I was just like, this is not what I usually get. That's an interaction that I literally never knew existed. Yeah, no, I clicked that button because I did not think it did what it did. Was this? No, not Betsy. Cool. That's actually really good to know. However, I apologize, but I kind of don't really want to play with the Bramble this run. Yeah, so Gardener's Gloves means you can catch the Bramble for no health loss, which is nice and all, except the issue is whenever you shoot the Bramble, you're still losing health, so it's like kind of rough. And like, sure, we have Gardener's Gloves. Bramble would actually be pretty good here, but I'm still just not interested in this being a... Whenever you draw this orb, heal 1. That is not that bad of a line. Unfortunately, it does come with a lot of self-damage. 9 shielding. I definitely start with 14 shielding, so yes, it does not work. Well, I guess the good news about this fight is it's really easy to get cash, especially if you spawn a Rainbow Slime, but unfortunately we did not spawn a Rainbow Slime, so... pretty minimal cash for us, I guess. The constant refreshes makes it really hard to excavate. I really want a boss passive that actually makes excavating possible. Times 5 is a really big number. True pod? Sure. Micro damage is very solid. It does a lot of work right now. Yeah. But like keeping Nosferatu in your deck just so that you have better healing is definitely something that is very viable there. But I think that what I did was ultimately correct, just because we were on full health, we didn't really need the healing. And what it achieves in terms of increasing the likelihood of our Summoning Circle hitting a really good orb is probably just more valuable than anything Nosferatu can do. Especially since we could kind of just basically get insta-kills with that comp, I believe. Maybe it wasn't instant, but I got a really good shot one or something, right? Perfect. Yeah, this is actually so cool. We have the cookie. I didn't really consider just how interesting cookie is here. It's pretty damn cool. I just try and hit a lot of pegs, but not kill an enemy. That's not possible, apparently. So much damage there. I was really hoping to get 5 times the refresh damage. Yeah, the refill buster shit certainly is unfortunate. And this is the kind of reason why I would love to be able to like turn off passives. I think that just turning off passives overall would be pretty strong, and is probably not what I would recommend. But what I think is after each boss fight, you should be able to turn off passives that you don't want. Potentially also including boss passives, I'm not certain on that. But the thing is, there are just some spots where you're just like really disappointed that you took an option. And the reason you took that option was because, you know, like turning down things does not exactly feel that good. And like there was a chance that it wasn't useful for this run, and you somehow hit that chance, kind of thing. But still, you really do notice just how good the damage on that orb is. 5-9 is just really impressive base damage. See, either Viridian Trinket or Sealed Conviction. I think the 3 balance is kind of cool, so I'll take it. No. I don't use... you know what, I'll just go Sealed Conviction. I think both of them are decent here, so I'll take it. Let's deal some good damage. Yeah, but we just saw so many survivors that run, that was perfect. I'll stop talking about the run now, I suppose. Look, Peglin runs are just fun. Hopefully we can get a cake this run. Oh. He says confidently. It breaks on the ceiling, right? Yeah. He says confidently. So obviously Viridian Trinket was the better choice there. Lets me save my egg, which cake certainly is a nice thought, even if we're not actually going to hit it. I say that, but I'm probably actually going to hit it. Now that I've actually popped the egg, I feel like my likelihood of getting a cake is way higher. Remove an orb. That sucks. Let's try and find it again, because I would like to have all the orbs I started with in my deck. Or at least as close to that as I can get. Alright, insane damage. Oh no, because I hit a refresh last second, god damn it. Yeah, the refresher is unfortunate. It's such a cool passive, but literally for this one run, it's not going to be nice for the late game. Here's the thing, for the early game, I did kind of want to take it just because it's a really, really good safeguard. Just making sure that you're not taking too much damage each time you shoot the orb and thus killing yourself, because as we saw with the first run, that's very possible to do. Very possible to do. Jesus. Like 14-18, that is such good damage. And I know that a lot of that is due to the lovely, lovely boss passive we have here. Which is not lovely a lot of the time, but enough of the time to where it's actually like just a pretty decent boss passive. I really like what they've done with it. It was definitely a whole lot less interesting before, that's for sure. Losing your discard is generally not something you can take, but... Let's read them out. I actually want to read them out. I'm mad. I could have gotten a cake. It's just been a while since I've read him out. I knew that it was bad to read him out, but I kind of just want to see this event. Again. Truly surprised, unfortunately for you. Yep, they're fast. Cool. Now we get an elite fight, or is it always 200 to 600? Because I swear it was 200 to 600 last time, and that also makes kind of the most sense. How much damage is this? Just a solid 100 AoE damage? Yeah, no, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Have access to decoy orb is cool. Yeah, cool. So realistically, if you can take the elite fight, you should actually be ratting out there. Most of the time though, I would not really recommend you take an area to elite fight. It's basically guaranteed that at least one of them is actually going to be pretty bad for your deck. It's very unlikely for that not to be the case. Like, if you have good targeting, then Resistance Knight might not be the issue, but maybe this fight's the issue. If you have good AoE, but no targeting, Resistance Knight's going to be an issue. If you have a very solid comp, decent AoE, good targeting, but you like damage scaling, oh, would you look at that? Demon Hand's going to be the issue. If you're maybe a bit too, like you use your health total to try and kill enemies, maybe you have Sapper Sack. Oh, look at that. Shield Mage is going to steal like 25 health from you. Coins contribute to damage or ping power. I think I'll take coins contribute to damage. Not really sure. Like, they do just have a very good matchup spread into you, which is spooky. Alright, this is very easy to not get a kill on the first shot. Which means we get... Oh, that is a lot of damage. Lovely. As well as 2 heal. But yeah, one of the other reasons why I took the Seal Conviction, it's just 6 extra starting shield. 6 is enough to where you've got to consider it for sure, right? Like, 6 is a pretty big amount. But losing your refreshes can be truly unfortunate, especially if you have an egg in your deck. And then you also would have found a cake if you didn't get rid of it. Because, yeah, that just happened this run. Which is unfortunate. It's very rare I get cake runs, and unfortunately this was not one of those runs. Great greed somehow. I did not expect us to have like good greed here, but our timing has just been on point for collecting cash, which is impressive. Like we actually got to 200 cash. Alright, here's the thing. Isn't it funnier if I do this? It's a really bad idea, so I'm going to do it. Fine. Responsible or not? Nah, I think we know the answer to that. Let's have the opportunity to kill myself, why not? That was a great shot, wasn't it? I mean, it worked out, so can't complain. This is a very spooky fight. Luckily, we actually do have some AoE. I guess we have even better healing though, so we're not too worried. Ping power. I imagine though that that's the last double sword ping damage we're actually going to get. We're just going to be killing them from here on out. Which is like, for this fight, you know, if you're killing them, you're totally fine. But it would be nice to be getting the AoE damage because it's actually a very decent chunk, especially when they're only on 135 health. Neat. Bam. Decoil proc, Jesus, they deal so much damage, it's actually just hilarious how much damage they deal. It is really just not fair. You need such good tools to beat them. And they definitely can just end your Cruci 20 runs. I believe that when I did the Ballad and Cruci 20 runs a while back, I lost a run to these guys. I might have also lost... I don't think I did, actually. I would have had pretty good AoE against them. Did I also lose the Ballad and Cruci 12 because I ran into these guys? Not like solely these guys, but if these guys were one of the bunch, then they certainly are a nasty bunch. Yeah, refresher course? Sign me up. Then we have 2 more passives to buy. Still no double-edged sword anywhere. I'll just skip this. 5 more gold would have been beautiful, wouldn't it? Oh, ooh la la. +2 starting shield. More gold. It is pretty tempting. Honestly, I'm going to not take the fresh bandana because I kind of want to be refreshing with my ore. Now, I don't think that's going to be happening, and I also think that I get more scaling and more healing if I actually take it. It's just really good all around, but whatever. Bam. Jesus. The damage is just quite good. And our scaling is even better now. Imagine we get a Knuckles as well. Unfortunately, you know, we're very good at critting, so Knuckles is not going to be the most interesting. But, holy. Refill Buster just to make sure that we're actually dealing AoE damage when we refresh is nice. Because unfortunately, we are really bad at doing so. I really wish I could turn off this passive. But alas, I cannot. Pencil Maneuver. That's fun. It's a great substitute for my AoE. Oh my god, Pencil Maneuver plus Pierce is very cool. If you're applying like debuffs on your hit. Most of the time you're not going to be though. Because you know, 2 of the classes can't actually apply debuffs on hit. Alright, let's see just how fast we can murder this guy. This is usually meant to be a pretty tough fight. But I get the distinct feeling the paintings just disappear. Oh, that's perfect. Nice, we're actually getting ping power. That's one of the nice things about the boss fight. It can be pretty hard to actually get kills with a refill buster each shot. Oh my god. They just instantly die. Oh, that's hilarious. We are actually under a very big threat here. Just because we're taking so much confection damage. And let me tell you, if they didn't change confection, we would be very close to death. But that is the reason why I'm playing this comp, honestly. Just at the start of the shot, you just murder enemies. That is so good. So chains, yeah. Realistically, it's not anything else. And sure, cutting our damage in half, cutting our starting delusion in half is kind of annoying. But I'm probably just fine with it. I'm also probably denying myself a passive, but that's also just fine. Just such good damage. The main reason why I did it as well is it's a really good way to try and make sure that we're getting our ping damage. And I don't know, I'd say it's been working out. Especially when I'm not hitting refreshes, I just get such good damage on the swing back. Like look, 334, he just loses 220 health for free. plus the refilibuster damage, which may or may not have been accounted for in that. I didn't actually see if there were two damage sources. I didn't see two damage sources, but they could have been. But they hit no coins, unfortunate. Alrighty, this should be a pretty fast fight, I imagine. Enhanced Dead just gives you such good... Oh, I take... Oh, I didn't even take damage? Huh. That's insane. I thought I'd take damage there because Pincer Maneuver is actually pretty unfortunate against the Reflect Mirrors, apparently. But no, apparently not. Man, Abrasion would be pretty damn good here. Abrasion with Constricting Chains is so good just to get a good source of scaling. That's unfortunate. I would have enjoyed going to the Elite. Yeah, that's just simply it. I would have enjoyed going to the Elite. You're dead here? Yes. You're probably also dead here, to be honest. No, perfect, but you're dead here. Oh, I love killing them at the start of the shot so much. I'm so happy that there's an orb that can actually do it. Because yes, you're not wrong. There is an orb that can actually do it. Restore can do it, but that's not real. Also, that's unfortunate. Yet again, eh? Oh, the good news is... Oh, 4! I did not realize how much damage that was. Thank God we didn't go to that event, because that could have killed us. I hope. Look, I just wanted to stack up for the store. I actually legitimately could have killed myself there. I was not paying attention. Oh, you know, but I'm doing double store, so I kind of want to be able to buy as much as possible, so I took it. And then I realized that I was on 4 health. Man, oh, interestingly enough, the Basalt Totem that was in the store earlier would have actually been a really good pick. But yeah, I mean, you can see why I didn't really... Can I please go to a single store? Like the way I want to go once. I've already missed one Elite. Like, surely... I guess not. Oh, was that missing out on 2 stores, so I literally have no store? Whatever. I guess it's fine. Damn, I thought that would be a short fuse just to rub in my face that I can't actually collect the passive. That's nice. It might be +1 starting shielding, which is decent, and if it's +1 damage, that's very nice. Either way, it makes the breakpoint easier for my refresher course, which is, oh, perfect. I was complaining about the fact that I didn't have all of them in my deck, and now I do. Absolutely lovely. Although, to be honest, Coin Dragon is definitely the worst matchup we could have gotten. I think all of the other fights would have been much better. Yeah, we might actually struggle into Coin Dragon a bit. That might be the case. Oh geez, they're all just dead. Simple as that. Yeah, there's just not much they can do there. Well, we only have 50 max HP. This could be problematic. I don't imagine it will. I imagine it's going to be pretty easy, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, I have Powder Collector. That's really good for generating a whole bunch of damage. Just so much free damage because of Powder Collector. Oh, perfect. And I forgot, we actually do get to use the refreshing text of this orb. That's nice to see because it's a boss fight, and single boss fights, especially when they don't have minions like paintings, very easy to be proccing the refreshing text. I guess Ambidextry would have also been amazing, wouldn't it? Jesus. You would have thought that Coin Dragon wouldn't have been that good of a matchup, but he's already at half health. And, like, already a quarter, basically, as well. Wow, almost died there. Spooky, eh? But, yeah, no, our healing is just so good that he does not get to smack us for how much damage it is and have it actually matter. Like, 50... 20 whole damage. You know, 20... Oh, I thought I died there for a second. Oh, man. This run has proven one thing to me, which is I am going to be on a quest from now on to try and kill enemies at the start of my shot. Now, there are basically only 2 ways you can do that. Sorry, actually, refreshing at the start of your shot. Orbs that do that, there are none. There are no orbs that refresh at the start of your shot apart from Double-Edged Sword, because Replenish Orb does it when you shoot, which is very different to at the start of the shot. So quite literally, oh wait, but you also don't heal when you get restored. So the only way you can ever kill someone at the like when the orb is drawn. Oh no, because okay, what can you do? You can. No, I don't think there is. You've got a bunch of when drawn effects. They don't have. They don't have damage thus far. You have a lot of on-shot effects which could get kills. Critical Crit could get kills for the crit one. The refresh one could get kills for the refilibuster. The restore could get kills, which would be shocking if it did, because that's 18 damage. Incredible, 18 whole damage. With the weaponized envy, which I'm shocked that passive still has not been buffed, by the way. Very unfortunate. Yeah, no, but this is the first one that's ever been able to kill them at the start of the shot, and I'm all for it. That is actually such a fun mechanic, being able to kill them at the start of the shot, and I really want to be able to do more of it because like being able to kill them with especially AoE damage that doesn't actually come from your shots is actually so fun. It's like one of the reasons why Banshees has always just been a mildly interesting passive. Yeah, it might not be useful a lot of the time, but sometimes it's actually just a breakpoint. It's really helpful to have. Cool. I really shouldn't have taken the Seal Conviction, but it was fun. A bit of extra damage, which did not synergize at all well with my constricting chains. But whatever. It was a bit of fun. I did lose my egg, which, this could have been a cake run. I would have had so much max HP to work with. 75 max HP, that's almost impossible to kill with a constricting chains Inferno Ingot. But yeah, I actually did get pressured impressively well. Like, I dropped down to 4 health there. I dropped down to, how low was it versus the dragon? It was at least below 20 health. Like, I actually got pretty low. Yeah. No, the new double-edged sword is definitely an orb you should be considering. Whether or not it's going to be good for the situation that you have at that point in time, that's an entirely different story, right? But I think that it can definitely do some stuff now. Like, it pegs times 5. Refill Bus is a really good passive. Admittedly, it's a very good passive because, it's consistent for all of your orbs. Like, it's not just the one orb that has it, as well as, it doesn't deal potentially a ridiculous level of self-damage to you. But, like, it's still, like, times 5 is a pretty big number. It's also going to be a much bigger orb when your entire orb is not full of stuff that spam refreshes. Because having only 5 orbs in our deck, which, like, no mature skills, no lightning orbs, which can hit a bunch of pegs so that your double edged sword is actually dealing enemy damage, as well as having the refresher, just really nullifies the potential you have for the peg times 5 damage. Which may be bait. Maybe you're just meant to rely on this for the damage it has, as well as the consistency of it's a guaranteed refresh, which can be very valuable. But I mean, that's what it was before. And like, yes, the self damage decreasing is massive. I'm not going to deny that. Just 25% more per level is actually a really big deal. You need to sink a lot less gold into this now for it to become an immediately good orb. I would still recommend it though, because 25%, that is, you're still going to take a lot of damage if you're refreshing 50 pegs, eh?